I wonder if anybody's surprised here. Clarence Thomas taking bribes from a Republican megadonor. This is highly problematic and shows that the Supreme Court justices really need to have an extreme investigation. But hey, when you can, when people like Brett Kavanaugh can get elected to the Supreme Court and he's a rapist, like, does ethics really matter when it comes to the Supreme Court?
Democrats tonight are calling for stricter ethics rules for Supreme Court justices following a report that shows Justice Clarence Thomas accepted millions of dollars worth of luxury vacations over several decades from a Republican megadonor. CBS's Jan Crawford reports Supreme Court justices are not necessarily covered by current ethics rules.
So they can break any law they want, basically, and be covered because, well, if it's not a law that's covered by the ethics rules, hey, all I have to say is there's no, rule against it, so I can do whatever.
The report by ProPublica details luxury vacations taken by Justice Clarence Thomas and his wife Ginny around the world, to Indonesia, New Zealand, and closer to home from California to Georgia. The tab was covered by his longtime close friend, wealthy Republican donor Harlan Crow. Democrats, who are pushing for investigations into Ginny Thomas's political activities and efforts to overturn the 2020 election, say Thomas should have disclosed the travel as a gift.
The highest court has the lowest standards. Indeed, only the standards which each justice, in his or her own unreviewable caprice, chooses to impose on themselves.
But legal experts say those rules did not clearly require Thomas to disclose his travel, including on Crow's luxury jet, because the hospitality was paid for by a friend who had no cases before the court. Crow said in a statement he's been friends with the Thomases nearly 30 years, and his hospitality was no different from the hospitality we have extended to our many other dear friends. But going forward, the rules are different. Just last month, under pressure from Senate Democrats, the rules were changed to make clear this kind of personal travel should be disclosed.
I think everybody should err on the side of disclosure, even when there are ambiguities. I mean,
How can we claim to have like a government of law and order when the people that are supposed to interpret the laws are corrupt? People that are supposed to enforce the laws are corrupt, and the people that make the laws are corrupt.
rules are there for a reason.
But Chief Justice John Roberts, like his predecessor, has suggested that these outside committees or other branches of government can't set rules for the Supreme Court. And that's why you're hearing increasing calls for the court to adopt its own code of conduct.
Right, let a bunch of corrupt people make their own rules. They're gonna make it so that they can do whatever they want. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace.